Crystal's Crochet Cubbyhole. Today we are going to be making the staggered double crochet V's for our washcloth stitch tutorial. And I'm using sugar and cream in the color hot green. You will also need tape measure if you're going to measure to a specific length, a needle for sewing in the ends, and a pair of scissors to cut your yarn, and I am using a 6mm crochet hook. And this is one of the ones that I showed on one of my reviews. And I'm really liking them. They really feel good in your hand and everything. So, to start this, you need to do multiples of 2 plus a 3 beginning chain. So, let's get started. Let me get my yarn. Okay, to start, we are going to make a slip knot. And the way I make a slip knot is I take my 2 fingers, I wrap the yarn around and over, and then on this side I'm going to stick the yarn up. Okay, let me do it. Wrap your yarn. I do like an X. Then I take my end over here that I've got, and we'll stick it up between my 2 fingers and through the yarn, and then I let go and pull, and that creates your slip knot. But you can make one any way you have learned it. That is fine. There's no set way to make them. Now we've got to chain a multiple of 2 plus a 3 beginning chain. So I'm going to chain 30, and then I'll meet you back in just a minute. Okay, I have my 30 chains, and now it said you need multiples of 2, which my 30 chains is a multiple of 2 plus a 3 chain beginning chain. So now I'm going to chain 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Now I've got to go back 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. And in the 4th chain is where I'm going to start my next row, because this 3 chain is a beginning chain, okay? So that's where my row starts. So I've got 1, 2, 3 for the beginning chain. Then I've got the 4th one. Well, I'm going to skip that 4th one and into the 5th chain. So in the 5th chain from my hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to do 2 double crochets. There's 1 and 2. So what I did is I had my 3 beginning chains, and I skip a chain, and then into the next chain I put 2 double crochets. Now I'm going to skip the next chain, and in the chain after that I'm going to do 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And I counted too early that time. I try to wait and count when I'm counting out loud or counting my stitches. I wait till I've completed the stitch to count it as a stitch. Otherwise, if I get interrupted and I've already said that stitch count, I might get messed up. So now we're going to skip the next chain and then 2 double crochets in the next one. This is a pretty green yarn. 100% cotton. And it's always good to use the 100% cotton when you're doing washcloths, because they do better with water, absorbing water and everything. So now I'm going to continue down the row. When I get almost to the end, I'll meet you back, and we'll see what we've got going on and where we're going. Okay, hold on. Okay, here's what we have so far, and you can see there's our chain 3, then we've done 2 double crochets, skip a chain, 2 double crochets, skip a chain all the way down, and those double crochets are creating our V's. Now I just completed a double crochet or 2 double crochets in that chain, so now I'm going to skip a chain, and in the next chain 2 double crochet. Now we only have 2 stitches left, so I'm going to skip a stitch, and in this very last stitch I'm doing 1 double crochet only. 1 double crochet only. Okay. Now to start our next row, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And turn our work. So there's what we've got so far. Okay, so here is our double crochet from the row below, the one that we did by itself. We chain 3. Now in between this double crochet here and our 2 double crochets here, which is our V, we're going to do 1 double crochet to start with in between that space. Okay, now we are going to jump over to the space between between our V's. So the 2 double crochets, let me show you. Let me get it. The 2 double crochets right here are considered our V's. Then we have a space where we skipped a chain below, and we did 2 more double crochets in the next chain. So in this space between your sets of V's, your sets of 2 double crochet, that space, which is right above the chain we skipped, we're going to do 2 double crochets in that space. So we're going to do it 2 double crochets in the space between the V's. There's 1, 2. Now we're going to find the space between the 2 V's, the next space over. So really what you're doing is you're skipping, let's see, you're skipping 2 chains and going into the space that was created by skipping the stitch below, okay? So you're just going 2 chains over, and in between your second and third chain over, you're going to do 2 double crochets. And I hope I'm explaining this well enough. So there's my 2 double crochets. So I'm skipping my V, my 2 double crochets from below. Skip those 2 double crochets, and in this space right here, we're going to do 2 double crochets. Hope the light's good too. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way across. We're going to skip the 2 double crochets, and in that space between those 2 and the next 2, we're going to do 2 double crochets. So we're skipping the 2 double crochets, and in that space, do 2 double crochets. And we're going to do that all the way across, and when we get close to the end, I'll meet you again and finish out the row with you, okay? Okay, we're coming up near the end. I've got a few more to do, so I'm skipping 2 double crochets, which is forming our V's, and I'm going to do 2 double crochet in the space between our V's from the row below. So the 2 double crochets are considered our V, see? So we skip our V, and in the space between the V's, we're going to do 2 double crochet. And there's another one. Okay, now we have a V and then our chain 3 from the row before. So between that V and that chain 3, we're going to do 2 double crochet. And then that row is done. Let's see if I can get it laid out so you can see it. Okay, there's what it's looking like so far. Now we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn our work. And again, like the row before, okay, now this time we've already got our V right here on the end. So between this V and this V, we're going to do 2 double crochet. So basically this is going to end up being a 2-row repeat. So now we're going to go between the next 2 V's and do 2 double crochet. Now I'm going to go on out through there, putting 2 double crochets between each V from the row before. Okay, and I'll meet you near the end. Okay, we're coming up on the end. So I just finished 2 double crochet in the space between the V's. So I'm going to create another V by doing 2 double crochets in the space between these 2. Okay, now we have 2 double crochet, and then we have 1 double crochet and our chain 3. So between these, between our V and our double crochet and chain 3, we're going to put another 2 double crochets. Okay, now in this space right here between this double crochet and the chain 3, we're going to do 1 double crochet, and that will end our repeat rows. Now we are going to start doing our repeat again. So this is the second row, so you're repeating rows 2 and 3 until you get it the size you want. So you're going to chain 3, chain 3, and turn your work. Now I'll do another repeat with you, and then we'll get it to the size we want, and I'll come back. But okay, here our repeat, which is the second row that we're repeating. We're repeating rows 2 and 3. So we're going to repeat row 2 again. So row 2 starts with a chain 3, and then in between this space here before our V, we got this chain space or a double crochet. We got that single right there, and we got the 2 double crochets. So we're going to do 1 double crochet into this space. So that's kind of creating a V because you got your chain 3 and then a double crochet. So now we're going to go across again, and in between our V's, we're going to do 2 double crochet. And we're going to do that all the way across to the end, and I'll meet you back near the end, okay? Okay, I'm getting near the end. I'm doing 2 double crochets between these 2 V stitches from the row below. And also, if you want to, I do this sometimes, it helps me keep track. You can write down what row repeat that you're on. So we're on the repeat row of number 2. We're repeating 2 and 3. So you're going to repeat row 2 and 3. So you're going to repeat row 2 and 3. So we are doing the second row right now, row 2 right now. So I've got a V left and then a chain. So on this one, we are going to do a V in between this V and this chain space, we're going to do 2 double crochets. Now that's the end of row 2, so we're going to chain 3 and turn. And go on to our repeat row 3. And I hope I'm saying that right and you understand. So now I'm going to write down number 3 so I know that that's what row I'm on, my repeat row. Okay? So on row 3 of a repeat row, we have chained 3. Now we've got a V here and a V here. So between these 2 V's, we're going to do 2 double crochet. We're going to create another V-stitch in this row. And now you will go all the way across in between each of your V-stitches and do 2 double crochet, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, we're coming up on the end of this last repeat row. So we're going to put 2 double crochets after this V-stitch and before these 2 stitches, okay? So 2 double crochet, creating our V from the row before, or on this row. Now we have a double crochet and a chain 3. So in that space between those 2, we're going to just do 1 double crochet. And that's the end of that row. Here's what we got going on so far. So that was row 3, well, our repeat row 2 and 3. So I'm going to start number 2 again, and I hope I'm not confusing you, but I'm going to keep doing this, and if you need to rewind to hear it again and do, and if you have any questions, please comment below in the comments, or email me and I will help you. And I hope I have not confused anybody too much. But so I'm going to keep going. So I'll chain 3 and turn my work to start my next row. Why don't I just go ahead and start, and then the next repeat, do the repeat again, and I'll with you starting and ending, just so that we can get the hang of it. So the first row of our repeat, which is row 2 that we did down here, is you've got your chain of 3. Now between this double crochet and this V-stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochet. Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm incorrect. Between this and the V-stitch, we're going to do 1 double crochet. 1 double crochet. Now we're going to start doing our V-stitches, our 2 double crochet in each space across between the V-stitches, okay? And I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I just finished 2 double crochet between these V-stitches. So now we have a V-stitch and a chain. So in between the V-stitch and the chain, we are going to do 2 double crochet. And then we're going to chain 3 and turn our work. This is working up pretty quickly, so it shouldn't take long, and I'm going to keep track of where I'm at, just because it helps me. And guys, I'm learning these stitches with you, so yeah, this is the first time I've done this stitch. So we've done chain 3, and then between this V-stitch and this one, we're going to do 2 double crochets and create a new V-stitch in this row. There we go. Now we'll do our V-stitches, our 2 double crochet between each V-stitch all the way across, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, we're coming up on the end of this row, so I'm going to do 2 double crochet after this V-stitch into this space right here. And then between our double crochet and our chain space, I'm going to do 1 double crochet. That's into that row, so we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn our work. And here's what it's looking like so far. Let me measure and see how wide that is. I'm going to put 2 down there so I know which repeat row I'm on. We're right. This one's a little larger. This is 11 inches, but we're just fine. You can, if you're wanting a specific size, then you want to measure and figure out that size that you're wanting. So now we have chained 3. Excuse me. And we're going to start our repeat again, our repeat rows. So we've chained 3. Now between this space and this V, we're going to do 1 double crochet. Then we're going to do two double crochet between the V stitches here. And all the way across, we will do 2 double crochet between each of our V's till we get to the end, and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, I just did 2 double crochet between those V's. Now we have a V stitch and a chain space. So into this space we're going to do 2 double crochet, and that will end the first row of our repeat. Then we're going to chain 3 and turn 1, 2, 3. Now our next repeat row, we are going to, you see you've got a V here and a V here. So we're going into this space between those 2 V's and doing 2 double crochet. And we're going to go all the way across doing 2 double crochet between our V stitches. Okay, so I'm going to pause and then I'll be back near the end. Okay, we're at the end, near the end of this row. So we're going to do 2 double crochet after this V stitch. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about that. 1, 2. Oops. And then between this double crochet and the chain space, we're going to do 1 double crochet. And then we'll chain 3 to turn. 2, 3, and turn our work. So that's the end of that repeat round. So we're going to keep doing the repeat rounds of repeat rows 2 and 3 until we get it as wide, as big as we want it. So I'm going to finish and then I'll meet you back at the very last and we'll see what we got going on, okay? Okay guys, I am done. So I've finished off this last row. So I'm going to chain 1, cut my yarn, leave enough yarn to weave in my ends, and then pull this on through and kind of tighten that to cinch it down. So there's our finished washcloth. That is beautiful pattern. I really like that. Now these stitches you can use for blankets. You probably could do wearables with them. But that is our washcloth tutorial for today. I hope you enjoyed it. All I have to do now is sew on my ends and I am done. I appreciate you guys and I love you, and we will talk to you later in Crystal's Crochet Cubbyhole. Bye for now.